Yo, 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 what up, what up? You got the original Long Wolf coming at you with a brief little video. Y'all gotta excuse my hair. Just took off my do-rag. I'll probably be getting it braided tomorrow. Yeah, I'll have it braided tomorrow. That way I can shave and clean myself up a little bit before she braid it. But anyway, man, right now as I'm talking, I'm trying to think of a title for this video. For this fucking bullshit, right? But what we want to talk about, we're going to talk about a couple of things, but the main focus that I want to really pinpoint on is going to be this abortion shit with the leak, them leaking the Wade versus Roe versus Wade bullshit, right? First off, let me let me say this. Y'all know the leak is bullshit, right? Anybody who watch my channel, anybody who know who fuck with me know that I don't believe none of that shit, right? And in this particular case, we talking about it being a leak. Ain't no fucking leak, man. It's just some more bullshit games that they playing, right? And let me explain to you guys why, right? Now, people say pro-choice and pro-life and all this stuff. I don't like to use those sucker bullshit ass fucking terms. I really don't. Right? So what I'll say is this. I'm not into aborting children. Right? I'll just put it like that. I'm not into that. That ain't my thing. Right? We're not talking about the exceptions to the rules. Don't get on here talking about women being raped and all this other shit. I don't want to hear that. Because you got, with the exception of women being raped, right? You have trifling ass women that have multiple abortions. Multiple abortions, right? And we not talking about the women that are raped, right? Because those are totally different women, right? We talking about women who just have abortion after abortion after abortion, and them bitches is out there. You got fucking women out here who done had 3-4 motherfucking abortions, man. This ain't no, oh, I made a mistake and I can't afford to take care of a child type thing, and you done had 2, 3, 4 fucking abortions. That's bullshit. Right? But we're not going to get into that. Here's what I really want to touch on when it comes down to this. Why is anybody even focused on this shit? For number one, you should understand that aborting your child ain't cool. Right? And if you understand that, then that means this whole leak bullshit is just that. It's bullshit. Okay? Because another thing a motherfucker got to understand is too, this is something that's supposed to just be in you. Nobody can give you a right or take away your right to abort a child. That's some more shit that people, that's for the motherfuckers who get caught up into that Supreme Court shit. Oh, the Chief Justices and the... That's when motherfuckers get caught up into that, where from a perspective of they give fuck more about what some governmental ass fake bullshit court says than what should be in them already. Which is, you don't abort your fucking children. And again, we're not talking about exceptions to the rules and shit like women being raped. We ain't talking about all that shit. We're not even talking about, women being at, they life being at risk of having children. We're not even talking about that. Because if you got a half a brain, you understand if it wasn't for the fucking polluting of the water, the air, the fucking food and shit that we eat, the fruits, the vegetables, all that other shit with the fucking microwave and the radiation and all this bullshit from the cell towers and all of that. If it wasn't for all of that shit, women wouldn't be at risk of losing their life having children to fucking begin with. If it wasn't for all the medication and the fake ass goddamn vitamins and all this other bullshit, if it wasn't for that, women wouldn't be at risk. Did women die, 150 years ago, 200 years ago? Did some of those women die giving birth? Sure. I'm almost positive it happened. Yeah. But it was nowhere near on a motherfucking level to where it is today, especially with the indigenous woman. Now, all of a sudden, here it is. My grandfather, right? We talking about my mother's father, right? This nigga was one of 15 children. And he was a twin. And this was known for our people all over the fucking land. And the islands too. Now, a sister give birth one time and, oh, you better not pop out another one. You're going to fuck around and die. How? Or women can't carry, children full term. My ex, I went through 2 miscarriages with my ex. Okay, it fucked me up because I never experienced that. You know what I'm saying? And it fucked her up because these would have been her first children. You know what I'm saying? So you're dealing with sisters like my ex, or you dealing with a woman, she had 1 baby, maybe 2 babies, and after that, the doctors are threatening her life, saying she gonna die if she get pregnant again. How in the fuck is that possible when like my ex, for example, her grandmother, her mother's mother had it was like 10 of them niggas. My ex's mama, it's like she got like fucking 9 or 10 other brothers and sisters. And you mean to tell my ex can't carry a baby full term? She ended up losing, the fucking baby, I don't know, 5 weeks after being pregnant, 5.5, almost. You know what I'm saying? But her mother, her own mother my fucking ex got like fucking 9 or 10 aunts and uncles. You understand what I'm saying? So don't fucking tell me that it's just by some fucking arbitrary ass reason that this shit happened to my ex. And, I've never shared this shit with anybody on here. On any of my other channels. I've never talked about this. And, I've tried to talk to her about it. You know what I'm saying? But it fucked her up so much. And I know, and I'm not shooting a shot at her. Listen, ladies, I'm not shooting shots. I understand that fucks you up when you go through that. Hell, I was with her, so it fucked me up too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'm trying to talk shit, because I'm not. I'm not shooting shots. And I tried to talk to her about it. Then, she don't take care of herself like she's supposed to, which is going back to what I'm talking about with the polluting of the water, the food, everything we drink, all these pasteurized juices and all that shit. You supposed to be drinking that shit. Fucking motherfucker still trying to drink cow's milk and shit. I'm still scratching my head after 15 years looking at niggas like, you still drinking cow's milk, bruh? What? But anyway, so now, when you add this to this whole thing with the Roe versus Wade thing, right? All this is just another fucking distraction. How is it not a distraction when it's supposed to already be in you? You don't abort your children. You're supposed to have it in you. If we can sit up here, if I have to debate with a woman or a man about this, then you don't have life in you. You don't have that aspect of life. I have more respect for a motherfucker who say, I'm not going to get pregnant. I'm not going to have any children. I'm not going to get pregnant. She may do some shit where she have her tubes tied or whatever. I have more respect for a woman like that, to where she never put her body or the unborn child in a position to where it's aborted. I have more respect for a woman that do that than for a woman who just abort children. You weren't raped. You had 2-3 abortions. So this ain't just a matter of, oh my God, I wasn't ready for a child. I couldn't afford to take care of a child. Bitch, you had 3 abortions. What the fuck are you talking about? So if you got a debate with a man or a woman like that, that lets you know right there that life is not in them. They don't have a high respect for life. And those are also the women that will allow her children to be at the off-ramp of the fucking expressway beating on drums and shit at a red light begging for change. At the fucking gas station, 12, 13 years old, standing at the gas station door begging for change. See, those are the women, you got to argue with a woman like this about a topic like this. Those are the women that'll let their children be at the gas station begging for change. Those will be those women that won't pull themselves out of the gutter. Then you got those women who have children just for the sole purpose of the fucking benefits that they get. I know motherfuckers like that. Don't give a rat's ass about the children, but they getting SSI checks and disability checks and this, that, and the other. Like I told y'all with my son that I was fighting to get out of Child Protective Services. His punk ass mama started putting his ass on medication just to get a check, just to say he was disabled. And I was the only motherfucker who refused to give him the medicine. That was another thing that they attacked me about. with that whole child protective service court shit that I was going through when they took him from me and all that. That was some more shit that they laid on me. He doesn't want to give him the medication. You fucking ain't right. I don't want to give it to him. And didn't give it to him. Not one time. So these are the women that you will have to argue with about abortions to begin with, right? But let's get into the main topic. The main topic is this shit is just another fucking distraction for all of the bullshit that they got going on. Don't y'all find it coincidental that around the time that this fucking leak came out with this Roe versus Wade shit, these motherfuckers then went back in trying to push from 6 months old now to get these shots to the kids? Y'all do know the shot shit ain't went away, right? You do know they still pushing it. Although, yeah, you had the federal judge, I think down in Florida, I believe, came out and said, you know, on public transportation and all this other shit, you can't tell niggas they got to wear a mask. And, you know, Biden administration's supposed to be appealing that ruling or whatever. And it's like, granted, I understand that there has been some things that's been going on with regards to, you know, motherfuckers saying, no, niggas shouldn't have to do this when it come down to that. But notice what I said. I said they still haven't stopped pushing it. You know what I'm saying? I was driving in the car yesterday and heard on a commercial, like one of the radio station commercials out here, V103 or whatever the fuck out here, you know. They talking about, yeah, get vaccinated. You haven't gotten your vaccine yet, you know, da, da, da. I'm just looking like, seriously? Y'all still telling motherfuckers that any motherfucking testing site or shoot up site that I done seen in Chicago or whatever, them motherfuckers abandoned. The structure's still there, but it's abandoned. And in some of those motherfucking places, they never had nobody there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they still pushing it though. But it's mighty motherfucking funny that they coming out now like, oh yeah, it's safe to give the 6-month-old and all this, that, and the other. It's like, man, you fucking crazy. You know, I remember when I was coming up, man, as a shorty, chicks getting pregnant, you couldn't take an aspirin. They didn't want you taking ibuprofen, nothing. So now all of a sudden it's okay to fucking take this fucking shit and put it in your arm while you pregnant, not knowing what the fuck it is and this, that, and the other. I remember in motherfucking in The Fly. I remember The Fly movie, the one that came out with the Jeff Goldblum joint, not the one from the 50s. The one with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. I think it was part one? I think it was the first one. It was either the first one or the second one. Remember when she had a dream she gave birth to a giant maggot and shit? You remember that shit? I think it was either in the first one or the second one, because she did get pregnant by this nigga. She really did, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what part 2 is about. Part 2 is about the son. You know what I'm saying? She got pregnant by Jeff Goldblum. But I think it was in part 1 or some shit. She had a dream. She gave birth to a big, giant maggot. This motherfucker was like 20 inches long. She gave birth to like an 8-pound fucking 9-ounce maggot. And that, I shouldn't laugh. I should not laugh. But you only know that's what the fuck happened to a lot of these motherfucking kids while these motherfuckers are pregnant and they going to get that jab and shit. You never know. I shouldn't laugh at that shit. But that's what it remind me of. That's what it make me think about. You know what I'm saying? Why they telling these women to go get this shit. And I remember, like I said, back in the day, they didn't want you taking Tylenol, Bear, which was ibuprofen. You know what I'm saying? But none of that shit. They didn't have a leave and all that shit back in the day when I was coming up. Like a lot of these pain meds and shit, over-the-counter shit you can get from Walgreens and all that. They didn't have all of that shit when I was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? But with the stuff that they did have, like aspirin and all that you weren't supposed to take that shit. And we talking about aspirin, man. We talking about some, oh, I get my tooth hurt or, you know, my fucking back was stiff or something, you know, type pain medicine. Some bullshit over the counter shit. They didn't want you taking that. Pregnant. You know, so for the motherfuckers that don't understand that, these are the ones that'll sit up there and stick themselves in the arm with this shit while they pregnant. You know, then not to mention, you know, behind the scenes, you would have to assume that there are motherfuckers working behind the scenes to stop and expose and reverse a lot of the shit that they doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at myself as being the only one. You know, this is my 3rd fucking YouTube channel that I'm dealing with. And then they fuck with my algorithms and everything. I'm still stuck with like 8 subscribers and shit. You know, and it's like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here. I know damn well I got more than 8 subscribers, but I'm not tripping, man, because I already knew. I knew coming back into this that this is what was gonna happen. Like I said, my boy Jim Redwolf, he the motherfucker that inspired me to get back into making videos anyway. Cause I was just gonna kind of say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when people didn't subscribe to the backup channel that I had. I had like 30 subscribers. It's like, what, you niggas deaf or something? I'm telling you to go back and subscribe to the backup channel. You see they're attacking the real channel, the main channel, and only had 30 some subscribers on the backup channel. But that's because I know a lot of motherfuckers are full of shit and they're not gonna really participate in the things they need to participate in to make this shit go away. So that goes to be expected. I don't want everybody. I would rather for the circle to be small. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, I get to watch a motherfucker. I know who's in there. And you know what I'm saying? It'll be easier for me to pinpoint like who's doing shit that they ain't got no business doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, on that treason shit. Because like how I told y'all, the way I look at it is it's simple. Treason can't be tolerated. I'm no longer going to sit back and accept motherfuckers saying, oh, man, I can't come together and work with motherfuckers and this, that, and that. Niggas be stabbing niggas in the back. And that excuse is no longer acceptable to me. Because if you was enforcing treason like you should be enforcing treason, then this shit wouldn't happen. Or at least not on some sort of level that's astronomical to the point to where motherfuckers say fuck it and throw the towel in. It should never get to that point. But this is what we allow. We allowed our children to move off to the big cities during the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. They sold us down the river. We allowed drugs and shit like heroin to fuck us up in the 40s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then again in the 70s, then again in the 80s and the 90s and shit. You know, now you hear motherfuckers talking about niggas smoking meth and, you know, I be talking to these little niggas out here about Xanax and all this other bullshit. It's like, you know, if you weren't so fucking stupid and if you was really willing to learn history, real history and what's going on, you would understand that you just repeating it. Popping Xanax and God knows what other shit they got out that you can fuck with when it come down to, you know what I'm saying, these drugs and shit now. Because prescription drugs is supposed to be like the hottest thing outside of meth. Ooh, that feel good. I get up in the morning and wash it, condition it real good. Oh man, that feels so good. But yeah, so, you know, that's my little take on this whole thing. You know, motherfuckers got to wake up, man, and they got to get out of the darkness. Like, straight up. Motherfuckers got to wake the fuck up. You know, number one, like how I said, can't nobody tell you not to abort your child, and can't nobody tell you to abort your child. That's number one. No man or woman on this planet got that power. That's number one. That's how, that right there lets you know how fucked up people are about this so-called leak shit. Because they put their faith into so-called government and law and this, that, and the other. And it's like, how in the fuck can any member of the fucking Supreme Court tell you you can or cannot abort your child? You supposed to already understand that you ain't supposed to be doing that shit. That ain't even supposed to be a topic, right? But because people's minds are so small, like I used to tell me back when I was doing my traveling as a teenager, you know what I'm saying? This is because a motherfucker's brain is about the size of a mustard seed and it roll around on a plate, right? That's how it was explained to me when I was a teenager coming up. When you deal with stupid motherfuckers like that, to where this shit ain't supposed to be a conversation. That's how you know it's a distraction. They just distract the motherfuckers with this fake ass bullshit going on in the Ukraine. I already told y'all that shit was fake. And not to mean that, you know, wasn't nobody dying or suffering or whatever in Russia or in Ukraine. I don't know. No, that's not how a psyop work. And many psyops, people do get hurt. Shit do happen. It just don't be in the fucking way that they told you. And it don't be for the fucking reason they gave you. That's the whole point of the fucking psyop. That and to get you to swing in whatever direction they want you to go in. That's why they call it subversion. You understand? They already talking about motherfuckers rioting and shit on some George Floyd shit like how they did, you know what I'm saying, with him, you know, over this whole abortion thing. It be as it may, man. Motherfucker do what they want. You just leave my family out of it. Leave my mama and shit out of it. Leave my relatives and shit, you know, other relatives or whatever I got in the city. Leave them out of it, man. Because you fuck with one of them and I'm coming. I'm coming with hot shit. Straight up. They can tell whatever the fuck they want to tell. Let them. That's on them. The minute you come fuck with me and one of my relatives, this, that, and the other, I've been telling y'all for the longest. It ain't nothing wrong with defending yourself. Y'all better stop listening to these motherfuckers and going along with these fake bullshit laws they got for guns and shit, because this shit ain't laws. And it's fake as fuck. Fucking with their corporation known as the United States Corporation. And their territories, which is Guam, Puerto Rico, the District of Columbia, fucking Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. Y'all better stop fucking with these motherfuckers and listening to that shit. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with defending yourself. And they know that the firearms is for them. They know that. They know that. It's in the Constitution, man. A tyrannical government cannot be tolerated. It's in the Constitution. This ain't me exciting some sort of bullshit. I'm saying for any government in the world that's tyrannical, it ain't necessarily got to be on a landmass we know of as America. It could be anywhere. A tyrannical government cannot be tolerated by the people, no matter where the fuck you are. I didn't say government can't be tolerated by the people. I said a tyrannical government. I didn't say it was something wrong with government. I said a tyrannical government. You know, the fucking Gestapo. Killers in suits and shit. That's what I'm talking about. Murderers. Assholes. Sadists. Child sniffers. Motherfuckers like them that formed a group and call themselves government. That shit is tyrannical, man. Chewing and sniffing on little kids and shit, man. Nah, we not with all that shit. Hunter Biden. We ain't with all that over here, bro. Don't be fucking sniffing kids over here, man. Get the fuck out of here with that. Straight up, we ain't turning little boys into girls over here, nigga. We ain't on none of that. That shit is tyrannical, man. Cutting off little boys' penises and giving them vaginas and all this other shit. Nah, man, we ain't on none of that shit. Teaching that shit to the kids in school and all, man, you miss me with that, homie. That's not a real government. And all this motherfucking Supreme Court bullshit is just another fucking distraction. That's all that shit is. So don't let these motherfuckers fool y'all, man. It's fakery. All that shit is to take you away from what we've been dealing with for over 2 years now. With this goddamn bullshit COVID, this fucking vaccine, the censorship. They can say whatever they want, but we can't. Get the fuck out of here, man. They can report whatever they want to report, but we can't. Come on, man. Stop it. That's just the bottom line to that, man. So hopefully y'all get with the program, man, and wake up. I love y'all, man. I care about y'all. I know sometimes I get on here and I'll be spazzing. Nigga be like, oh, he over here talking shit. And maybe it is. But at the end of the day, I care though, man. I wouldn't knife none of you motherfuckers. I just wouldn't be out here backstabbing y'all. At least you know that. Any one of my videos where you be like, damn, this nigga over here talking crazy. At least you know, man, I'm one of them niggas that wouldn't set you up. I wouldn't send you down the fucking river, man. What's more important to you? A motherfucker spazzing because he telling the truth and he tired of certain shit. So he choose to put that type of energy out there. Which one would you prefer? A motherfucker like that or a nigga that's gonna get on here and lie to you? Take your money and lie to you. Take your money from you and don't deliver. Got all kind of PayPals and shit set up and, you know what I'm saying? Start paying some fucking attention to that shit. The people who don't have PayPal accounts, the people who ain't on here selling shit, the people that get on here who with a genuine heart and they really trying to talk to the people, man, take a look at them motherfucking channel versus other people's channels. Those are the ones that get fucked with the most. So don't take me talking shit personal, man. Don't take me getting on his spazzing personal. Because I have taken responsibility and I've came to grips and realization with, for whatever the reason is, I participated in this shit. And yeah, a lot of it for me was unknowing, but still, that don't change the fact. I participated. I no longer want to participate in this. I don't want to be known as a fucking cocksucking asshole that just put up with anything, that just done anything to people, to humanity, to the earth. I don't want to be labeled as that person. So I tell y'all in closing, I'm going to get up out of here. I've been on here a little while longer than I wanted to be, but in closing, this whole motherfucking shit with this Roe versus Wade abortion bullshit is all just some more fucking bullshit that should nobody be fucking paying no attention to. And the number one reason for why motherfuckers shouldn't be paying no attention to it is because you shouldn't be aborting your fucking kids to begin with. And we ain't talking about the exception. We talking about the rule. We ain't talking about women getting train fucked, raped by 3-4 different guys and shit that they just drug off in the alley and they train fucking raping her and shit. We ain't talking about that. Because when you look at the statistics, when you look at the numbers, the amount of women who have abortions that were not raped outnumber the women who were raped, I don't know, probably fucking 50,000 to 1. So women being raped and having an abortion because they got pregnant ain't the fucking issue. The issue is you motherfuckers don't have it in you. Life. The respect that life deserves is not in you to even have to have a fucking conversation about abortions to begin with. Especially you bras that done had 2, 3, 4, 5 abortions. Y'all niggas can miss me. Matter of fact, I asked that you share this video with them. Share it. You know, and it could be by way of you giving them a ride somewhere and you playing this shit in your car and they can't really do nothing to avoid it. Because these motherfuckers, these are the people that I'm talking about. The men that'll just be with a woman who was willing to have abortion out there. Hell, my son that I went and sued the state employees for and all that shit, his mama was gonna have an abortion. If it weren't for me, he wouldn't be here. Yep. If it weren't for me, he wouldn't even be here. She was talking about having an abortion. Then turned around and had an abortion. We broke up not too long. He was the she had him or whatever. And then, XYZ amount of time we broke up, right? And he like 8, 9 months old. My son. Got with some other nigga she used to fuck with, had got out of prison or whatever. She got back with this nigga, got pregnant again, and had an abortion with that one. You see what I'm saying? And I still did the shit that I did for my son. I still, attempting to take these people to court and, all sorts of shit. I still did all that because it ain't in me to do that abortion shit. It ain't in me to be with motherfuckers who just have abortions and shit. Then you got women out here who can't get pregnant or, somebody like my ex who can't carry a baby. She been pregnant twice. Can't carry a baby full term and shit. You know what I'm saying? The baby don't survive in her stomach long enough to where, if he come out early, there's different things they can do to help him survive, to get up his weight. And she can't even get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And then you got chicks out here who have 2, 3, 4 fucking abortions, man. That's how you know this all bullshit. That's how you know it's all bullshit. Like how I said, if it wasn't for the food, the water, and the juice and everything, the fruit, vegetables, if everything wasn't so fucking contaminated, our women in particular. Now, certain other cultures of women have had these issues, like pale women. Pale women have been known to have birth issues with having children. That's no secret with pale women. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that pale women can't have 8, 9, 10 kids, because that shit ain't true. They can. Of course they can. But it's more common. It was more common for pale women to be ones that had problems with even nursing. They would have problems with nursing their children. They don't talk about that, but we leave that alone. If it wasn't for this kind of pollutant and shit that we deal with, our women in particular would not be experiencing what they're experiencing with not being able to carry children or always at high risk. You got to be bedridden and all this other shit while you pregnant. When women was working in the field and shit, picking cotton, 7, 8 months fucking pregnant. Damn, they had the baby right there. You know what I'm saying? So get the fuck out of here. We went from all of that, 10, 15 kids, So now all of a sudden, the fuck? Hell, my mother's mother had six, it was 6 or 7 of them. My grandmother had 6 kids. Like, what the fuck? Come on, man, stop it. Get the fuck off that bullshit, y'all. Focus on what's really important. And what's really important is to come from underneath this bullshit, colonialism, slavery, colonization bullshit, whatever the fuck you want to call it, man. Whatever you choose to call it now. I ain't trying to debate with y'all about what to call it. We need to come from up under it. And that's the most important thing. I'm going to get up out of here, man. I got some more shit that I'm going to be dropping. You know, with that screen share shit, I got some more of that shit coming. So you motherfuckers can take a look. Hey, look at this shit. See this? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be that. So we can come from under this shit. This the original Lone Wolf coming to you, man. I love y'all. Stay safe. Be cool out here in these streets, man. And don't take no shit. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with defending yourself. Motherfucker come up to you with some bullshit, man. They trying to hurt you and cause you some sort of problems. You know, it ain't nothing wrong with defending yourself. It ain't nothing wrong with telling a motherfucker to kiss your ass either when need be. All right? And start loving and caring about each other, man. We got to get away from this, oh man, these just fucked me over so bad. I can't work with my own people no more shit. We got to get away from that. I'm out, y'all. Peace.